This place is awesome, man.
Yeah.
I smell some Boeing.
I smell. Yeah, I told you before I smelled Amiga, and we spotted it.
Wait a second.
All right.
Yeah, I smell some Boeing ball.
You know, when we saw the Atari 800 and 400, we knew we were getting close. We definitely smelled Amigas, and I think we're nearby. The smell is definitely getting stronger.
Oh, I see a 64C. I see a 64C.
Yeah, yep. And look, it's got the SD drive.
That's a gorgeous one.
Designed to look a little like a Commodore floppy drive.
That's a really nice
Yeah,
SD
that's
drive.
a really nice case.
That's gorgeous. That's awesome.
1564 and
Bill 1702. Love it. That's just a beautiful monitor. And I love how the rainbow colors on it match the original 64 bread bin case. I love the design style. Everything just is uniform and cohesive.
Okay. But there it is.
Here we go.
Complete with new tech.
They got a proper demo running on their 500.
Yeah.
Very, very happy about that.
Beautiful 500. It's got a GoTech drive in the side.
Gorgeous GoTech.
It's got a data flyer hard drive. Sweet. And it looks like another GoTech as a second floppy on it.
That is my next project. I need to make a DF1 GoTech. That would be key.
Very nice. Oh, there goes the new tech demo reel. And this looks like a VGA monitor. I'm wondering what other add-ons are under the hood of this 500.
Yeah, let's look at that.
Because
That's definitely a VGA.
That's definitely a VGA monitor right there.
Maybe he's got the Indivision OCS in there.
Yeah, maybe.
Is that an Indivision OCS in there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Indivision. Beautiful setup, dude. Eh?
Beautiful.
Oh yeah. Here comes
And look at the color of that 500.
that is a mint condition 500.
Gorgeous.
Yep.
And you gotta love how companies did this. Even though this is metal, it's colored and it's shaped to fit exactly along with the 500.
And then we got Mr. Bill Hurd special here. The 128.
Where?
Right in front of you.
That's a. I was like, that's a 64. I'm like, all right. I'm like, what am I looking for? Yeah, there it is. Remember Mr. Bill Hurd, the Commodore 128. Got some Geos 128 running there. Geo RAM cartridge. That's the Magnavox version of, it's the same shape of the 1084S monitors. And you got a little board back here. This GG Labs G-Link LT. Looks like it's got some kind of reset button. Very interesting right there. You got a switch on the back. A lot of times you see that switch on the back. That tells you there's a Jiffy DOS inside. Looks like every one of these systems is tricked out. Oh, and there's one of the ones that started it all for Commodore. PET 4016.
The PET is such a beautiful computer. Like, this is something that I would just love to have on my desk in my office. You know, just something to have on display. It's just a gorgeous design.
Oh, look at this. It's got all the information on all the model PETs. Very nice. Very nice. We'll come back and read this later. This looks like a bunch of the European machines, MSX machines. We got an X68000. Those graphics look very Sega Genesis-like.
Yeah, that's awesome. I want to play this game. Come back and play this one. Looking back when he's up and running.
X over there playing a game I know I played on the Amiga. There is or used to be a PC demo scene. Huh?
This was PC demo scene.
Yeah. This is amazing. This is 1990s. Pentium PC, MS-DOS, and a sound card.
Travis Ultra sound card. You paid for the demo scene.
Wow. I don't think I ever even heard of that one. I've heard of Gravis. Gravis, of course, made joystick.
Yes.
Very big in controllers. Look at that thing. Wow, that is a sound card from back in the day. It's huge. Tons of components on that thing. Sounds good.
Looks good too. That's a cool demo. Looks good too.
Yeah. I listen to his show. Oh, yeah.
I'm running these, and I'm also running Sierra games on the Roland MT32.
Wow. Games on the Roland?
Yeah, so...
Wait 1 second. I can turn on the music off for 1 second?
Yeah.
Just turn it off for 1 second so I can hear you. Or just lower the volume. And you stand close to him. 1 second.
So... best thing about this show is you never know who you're going to run into. Here's Bobby Blackwolf. I listened to his show. And he's got a great exhibit of 1990s PC demo scene.
Yes.
Which, if you were here in the States, you probably didn't know existed.
No.
And,
I grew up on it, but most people around didn't.
What show do you have?
So I run the Voice of Geeks Network. It's vognetwork.com. It's actually a group of podcasts, an internet radio station. My show is called The Bobby Blackwolf Show.
Yep.
I named it that because it was a terrible name, but at least Jay Leno can't take my spot. I do it. I do a live video game talk show every Sunday night at 8 o'clock for an hour. Take live calls and stuff like that, and I've been doing it for almost 12 years now.
Yeah, really, it's a great show. I always look through to see what games.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about this. So this is 90s demo scene on the PC.
Yeah, well, it's technically premium sound of the 90s PC. So I'm doing two different exhibits. So I'm kind of alternating between the demo scene with the Gravis Ultrasound, which was a sample-based sound card that was really made for the demo scene. But then I'm also using the Roland MT32 to play old 90s era, early 90s era Sierra adventure games, which was an $800 device that hooked up, but it gave you the full 32 voice polyphonic sound, and it made everything sound so much better than the ad-lib.
So that was a peripheral for the
Yes.
PC.
Yes.
$800.
$800 when it
audio.
came out, and Sierra
Wow.
basically sold them through their website. And starting in like 1989, King's Quest 4 was the first one to use it.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
And so this is actually, it's kind of my old college rig. So this is all original hardware, the same monitor, and you can tell from the color of the keyboard
that yellow,
it's kind of old.
That yellow keyboard. I got an Amiga 1000 keyboard we call mellow yellow.
Yeah. So this is all running on original hardware. The great thing about the demo scene is that we didn't have 3D cards back then. So every time you see like a cube on screen, they had to program everything about it in assembler, all the math and everything.
It's basically essentially the same as the demo scene on the Amiga, which didn't have 3D cards either.
Right.
So everything that you see, every 3D object you see, that's all straight code.
Yes. And there was a little bit of a war about who was better, the Amiga or the PC demo scene.
We know who was better.
Yeah, it was PC.
I think so. Alternate facts.
And they're still at it even till today on these old systems, making new demos.
Revision. One of my dreams is to get to revision. I gotta get to revision. Oh my god.
I wanted to get to assembly when I was in the 90s. That was kind of I never made it, and now it's become like an esports LAN party, so it's a lot different.
Right. Yeah, that's not demo CD anymore. Right?
Yeah. But I was actually a tracker, so I was a musician in the demo scene. I never was in any demos, but I was writing like mod files, F3M, which was the Future Crew Stream Tracker format, and so I was writing music back in the day too. So that's how I got into it and why I have it grab as old as sound.
So what made you start deciding to get into a show? And, broadcasting about this stuff.
Well, I don't really talk about this stuff as much. I thought I had stuff to say, and podcasting was very, very new. I started a month after iTunes added podcasts, so I was like, there were only 50 gaming podcasts at the time, so that was, and I still have an audience that really likes listening to me on Sunday nights, so it's just routine now. I don't know what I do with my Sunday nights.
Well, you're going to have a new listener now that I know that.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
We got a lot of shows on the Voice of Geeks Network, about 12 shows, and it's all about, like, not just video games, but we got an anime show, shows about genre television. They talk about sci-fi and that. We have a show about Star Trek, and anime shows, so we got a lot of stuff at the Voice of Geeks Network, so if video games aren't your thing, maybe something else we have it.
No, and that's a network that you started?
Yes.
And what made you decide to start that?
Well, I was running another network when I started. That was the All Games Radio Network, which was run by, it was started by a guy who founded the G4 Television Network. And I also kind of helped with the network kind of tangentially. I didn't work for them, but I worked with them. And then when they bought Tech TV, I was out. Because I liked Tech TV and I didn't like what they were doing with it. So he wanted to get back into broadcasting. So I started podcasting on his network, and then things just grew over time. We had different ways we wanted to do things. All Games Radio is still around. They're doing really well. I had some different ideas, so me and another show started the Voice of Geeks Network about 4 or 5 years ago.
Great. And now how many shows do you have on it?
Well, today, like 12, but we're adding some in like the next week. So
great. Well, congratulations.
Yeah, thank
Great
you.
talking to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Awesome, man. Nice meeting you. Nice meeting you. Thanks a lot.
You want me to swap it over to a rolling thing for B-roll?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, if you can.
Because the little LCD lights up and everything.
Oh, cool. Anthony, do you have your card?
Oh yeah.
we have an Amiga YouTube channel.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. It's
I never had an Amiga.
It's the Guru Meditation. And our emails are on the back. I love keep in touch. Perfect. And I agree.
Wow, that old boot sequence.
That's right.
Oh, sweet. Hi, ma'am.
Yeah. In transit, my mouse card got dislodged a little bit, so I've got to go in there. So it's going to come up and say, you don't have a mouse driver, so I won't be able to do anything with the mouse. Yeah. All right. So what you'll see first is this will start popping up messages.
So, did you have one of those back in the day,
No.
or is this
eBay. I wanted it really, really badly. My parents would not spend the $800.
that would have been a hard sell, I imagine.
Oh yeah, that sounds awesome. Yeah.
Wow. That really does sound amazing.
Wow, that sounds incredible.
It's a really rich sound.
Yes. It was a high-end Roland synthesizer back in 1988. 32 voice polyphonic sound MIDI with their own MIDI patches.
I'm envious. imagine if the Amiga had that. Thanks. That's really interesting. To grab one of these. To check out some of your other shows.
Yeah, I want to check them out. I love podcasts.
Yeah, I love gaming. So.
Yeah, I do Twitch streams as well.
Okay.
Yeah, which is cool. It's just kind of, I never streamed it before, but I started doing some practice, and people kind of like the stream, so I'm doing it a lot more now. It's fun. It's really fun. And yours is live.
Yeah, so I do live radio.
Right.
So, because I got a face for radio. But I do have a Twitch channel
You
once in a while.
you haven't seen too many Twitch streamers then.
Oh, no, I have.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Thanks.
Awesome.
Great meeting you.
Yeah.
We got some big irons right here.
Yeah. Old PDP. Oh, look at this beast. I don't even know what this thing is. Look at those boards. You can like practically see through them.
I have no idea what that is, but it looks cool.
Yeah.
We'll have to find out.
Lots of dials, wires.
Buttons, knobs, plugs, wires.
You just want to reach out and turn something just to see what happens. What happens if I pull this little jumper wire out? I gotta keep my hands far away from it. Oh, okay, we made it through. Oh my God, look at this. Look at these beasts.
Wow. I mean, these have to be something to do with punch cards. These are definitely to do with punch cards, and you can almost see a bunch of bins here. May or may not be punch cards, but it looks like something to sort and stack. It's gonna be punch cards.
It could be, because yeah, you got this big conveyor here. And it's IBM. It's a hazard. By the way, it is a hazardous area and trained service personnel only.
Oh, there we go. Hold on, I gotta push up the ISO for that.
That is a hazardous area right there.
We are certainly not trained to work on this beast, so we don't even know what it is.
Oh yeah, look, so you stack the cards in here. This looks like it's just a weight to keep them pressed down, and then the machine, I'm guessing the machine shoots them in. It's probably like a reader. Looks like a sort. Look at that, look at this. It looks like an auto shop.
You can put your car in there.
It looks like an auto shop. Wow. Hey,
those some parts that are in there actually come from other machines.
no, I was just worrying about the big cans and
Huh?
stuff. The big, the cans. It's like working on these machines is what's it like working on a car.
Well, actually, IBM specified what the greases were that you had to have, and when you were supposed to put it in.
So did you work? So did you work on these?
From 1961 through probably 2000.
Wow. Until 2000. So stuff like this was still in use?
Well, actually, I had key punches still in use till 2008.
Wow. That's incredible.
And I had one of these in the warehouse at that time. And then when my key punch customer canceled, I got in touch with the Houston Computer Museum, and they sent a truck up, and they emptied out my spare parts.
It's amazing. It must be a real job to keep these things running.
Actually, I loved it.
I mean, just as far as how tough it is, and all these moving parts and
No
and
problem at all.
No problem at all.
Very,
really?
very simple.
Very simple.
All of it very simple. It's the diagnosing of some of the problems
Right.
that sometimes
Might take a
gets
little
hairy.
while.
Yeah.
So what? This looks like this was to sort.
This is a
punch
card
cards?
sorter.
Card sorter.
Yeah. This was 1,000 card a minute from roughly 1955 until the next version was released in 1959. Made production in 1961. That was the area before. That was 2,000 cards a minute. And it stayed in, not necessarily production, but in, at least from IBM until probably 1985. But there were people that owned them, or leasing companies that owned them, so they were still available from the right places. And so I maintained 3 of them at AT&T until 1988. And then I successfully got myself fired, so I didn't have to deal with them people. They wanted 98% uptime on equipment that had no spare parts available.
Yeah, that's got to be tough. It's got to be tough. So what was the purpose of a card sorter? What is? I mean, obviously we know it sorts cards, but why would you need to do that?
Okay, let's go into a company that wants to do invoicing. And this is before the mainframes really hit. All right, this is from 1932 through 1959. So, the customer wants to invoice, send out statements to somebody, so they'll pay him. So he has data cards there. When he sells something, there's a data card that has customer number on it, what the part number was, possibly how much it cost, depending on how sophisticated. At the end of the month, he would then sort all of his data cards down into customer number order, possibly by date also. Then they would take it to a card collator, which we've got one back in the back. Name and address cards, data cards. Maybe if he's carrying stuff month to month, there would be name and address cards, carry forward money, data, any payments made during the month. At the end of it, run it through an accounting machine, name and address, balance forward, data, payments, this month's total.
And that generates his invoice.
That was printed the invoice for him and generated a balance forward card for next month.
Wow.
Boom. And so that would go in the top file somewhere.
Incredible.
Okay, now, the one I said AT&T, did I mention AT&T? Well, it's that was my 84 customer until 1988. They had 12 million cards sitting in tub files, rotary tub files that were like 4 or 5 million cards in this tub file. In trays, that he could go button, another shelf would come with it, bunch more. 12 million engineering drawings. Since they do a telephone company building, the engineers would specify what the engineering drawing is for this. They would go and hand pull that card and send it, had microfiche with the actual drawing reduced by a scale of 42. Take it to a machine, blow it up for a blueprint to give to the people building the building, and then they throw this card in the tub file to go back into the file as soon as they could. And then they would sort those down by number and then go back and hand file.
Wow. That's incredible.
Well, anyhow.
Very, very manual or mechanical means of storing things.
Yeah, but there was a mechanical way of doing it, or it's called card collating. They could have done it, which is you put all of the cards out of the 12 million through one side, all the cards that need to be put back in to do the other side. So this one's sitting there feeding card. All of a sudden we got a match. Pull to them into one.
And eventually you get them all into the stack. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Who? Oh yeah.
Our circuit just broke.
We didn't do it.
No, but I had something.
So Andy, for Trevor, I gotta give him my microphone.
Okay.
Legal one X5000 and a legal one A1222. This one's released.
Oh, no, it has
Hey,
How's it going?
good. How's everything?
Good, everybody's here. I can relax. Everybody's here. I can relax. Everything right this morning? Everything okay?
Oh yeah, it's fine.
Maybe chasing the t-shirts.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't get it. Okay, cool. Yeah, I love the t-shirt.
What have you been filming so far? Hey, do you like the setup?
Walking around,
Just
yeah.
walking around, yeah.
Yeah, it's a great setup.
It's awesome. We got obviously that guy. I need to get more. I'm gonna go grab our cards. I'm gonna run out. I have 15 minutes left on this.
Okay.
They're in that. I'll be right back. Actually, can I keep the camera here?
Yeah.